Kansas City, January 2nd, 1935. A man checks into the President Hotel under the name Roland T. Owen, but within 48 hours, he would be brutally tortured and found, barely alive, in room 1046. No one knows who he really was. No one knows why he was killed. This is the unsolved case of room 1046, a hotel mystery that still haunts America. Unmasked files title card with soft glitch effect. Dim 1930s jazz in the background. At 1:20 p.m., a man with slicked-back dark hair and a visible scar on his scalp walked into the opulent lobby of the President Hotel. He asked for an interior room, no windows to the street. He signed in as Roland T. Owen, gave a Los Angeles address, and paid cash. But the address didn't exist, and the name a lie. Bellboys and hotel staff would later describe him as nervous, constantly locking and unlocking the door, and rarely letting anyone in. Cut to reenactment of bellboy knocking, being turned away. For the next 2 days, room 1046 became a fortress of shadows. Visitors heard strange voices, muffled arguments, but Roland barely left the room. On the night of January 3rd, a maid reported the room was dark, except for one small lamp. Roland was inside, sitting silently in the dark. When asked if she could clean the room, he said, "Come back later. Someone's in here." Later that evening, a woman in a neighboring room heard a man angrily say, "Don, I'm not going to mess with you anymore." That was the last time anyone heard Roland's voice. The next morning, around 7 a.m., a bellboy found the phone in room 1046 off the hook. He knocked. A weak voice responded, "Come in, turn on the lights." When the bellboy entered, what he saw was straight out of a horror story. Roland was kneeling in a pool of blood. He'd been tied with cords around his neck, wrists, and ankles. His skull was fractured. When asked who did this, Roland whispered, "Nobody." A few hours later, he was dead. Police were baffled. There was no identification, no personal belongings. Even the hotel towels were missing. A strange man named Don was now the only lead, but he was never found. Months later, the truth began to unravel. A woman saw the case in the paper and identified Roland as Artemis Ogletree, a 17-year-old from Alabama. But how did a teen from the South end up tortured in a Kansas City hotel under a fake name? Even stranger, after his death, a mysterious anonymous person paid for his funeral. They sent flowers and a note that read, "Love forever, Luke." The case of room 1046 is more than a murder. It's a chilling reminder that even in a world of fingerprints and footprints, some people can disappear into the cracks of history, forever unmasked, yet never truly known. Cut to black. Whispered voice. Unmasked files. If you found this case disturbing, yet fascinating, subscribe for more unsolved crimes and twisted mysteries every single week.